It is day 2 of reading on camera until I can become a better speaker. And we are at page 10 of this book right now. So current time is 4:53. And we got 15 minutes of just reading today. We're continuing where we left off. Here's the pen that we use to help our enunciation of our words. Here goes nothing. Oh my gosh, this sucks. The last 4 years of my life vanished that fast. I officially had nothing, and even less to show for it. No gyms, no equipment, no employees, nothing. I felt dead inside. Adding insult to my injury, in the same 30-day period, my mother was in critical condition because of a near-fatal accident, in quotes, and was still under 24-hour supervision. End quote. And I had totaled my car in a head-on collision at 60 miles per hour and earned a DUI as my consolidation prize. This was my cherry on top. My one saving grace during this time was selling a new challenging offer at a gym and collecting all the cash front as my fee for turning their business around. So I did the one thing I knew. I sold. My salesman had done $120K in a single month, and I owed him $22K commission check. The problem was the $120K never came. We needed to talk, I said, as Layla and I went into the other room. I worked up the courage to speak, but stared at the floor, embarrassed. I've got nothing, I said to her. I'm a sinking ship, and you don't have to stay with me. She grabbed my chin and pulled my face towards hers, so she could look in my eyes. I would sleep with you under a bridge if it came to that. I have cried tears of joy, but I was so emotionally exhausted. My response appeared apathetic. I wouldn't stay with me, is what he said. Are we still going to do these launches starting tomorrow? She asked. All my friends quitting their jobs to do this. She was being matter of fact, but it still stung. I felt defeated. Listen, this could go horribly wrong. I trust you. We'll figure it out. I had 2 things left at that point. A Grand Slam offer and an old business credit card with a $100K limit from when I had my gyms. On the day after Christmas, in quotes, 2 days after the wrenching call with the payment processor, end quote, we were scheduled to launch 6 new gyms at the same time, between airfront hotels, rental cars, gas, and ad spend, all multiplied by 6. I was going to spend $33K per day of money I didn't have. My last dollar had gone to paying my salesman. I still remember my hands shaking as the advertisement went live, off to on. Just like that, I was going into debt at a rate of $420 per working hour, just like that. $3,300 per day began deducted from my account. Minus $3,300. I now officially have nothing. Minus $3,300. I have officially less than nothing. Minus $3,300. I have $10K less than nothing. Minus $3,300. This one decision is going to ruin my future forever. But things started shaping up. Here's what happened that month. January 2017. As documented, my old processing reward I dug up. You can see the months along the left column and the revenue collected that month along the way. And it shows a picture. We made a hundred, wait, whoa, how do you even pronounce this? 100K, wait, we made $100,011, or $100,117. It was just enough to cover the $3,300 a day that had been coming off the credit card. It was actually working. I could hardly believe it. I threw a Hail Mary that universe caught it. I went from looking up bankruptcy lawyers to figuring out what to do with $3 million in profits. Occurred within the first 12 months. It felt surreal. And in hindsight, it still kind of does. By the end of this year, we were doing $1.5 million a month. 12 months from then, $4.4 million per month. 24 months after that, we crossed $120 million in sales, donated $2 million to help fund equity opportunity in low-income areas. We met and befriended Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because a lifelong hero. And we asked to be board members of his charity, After School All Stars. Here's a picture of him. 12 months after that, we now have a portfolio of seven 8-figure and multi-8-figure companies across a variety of industries: photography, publishing, fitness, business consulting, and beauty. And business types: brick and mortar, chain, software, service, e-commerce, training, and education. Our portfolio of companies now do $1.6 million per week and growing. I say this because I honestly can't believe it. All of this was because of a girl who believed in me, a credit card, and a Grand Slam offer. I knew I teleported you from rags to riches, and the natural question is how. That's what I'm going to use the rest of this book and remainder of this book. That's what I'm going to use the rest of this book to break down. The skill of making offers saved me from bankruptcy and likely saved my life. I have made so much mistakes in my life. I have made so many bad decisions. I've hurt people knowingly and mistakenly. I've done bad things with good intentions. I say this because I am a human. I don't pretend to have the answers. I have my own demons and I battle every day. But despite many shortcomings, I have still managed to get really good at doing one thing. And I'd like to share that with you. I can teach you how to be great at building offers. I don't know who you are, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for allowing me to do work I find meaningful. Thank you for giving me your most valuable asset, your attention. I promise to do my best to give you my positive return on it. Here is your first piece of good news. If you are reading this, then you are already the top 10%. Most people buy stuff and then promptly ignore it. I can also throw out a spoiler. The future you get in this book, the bigger the nuggets become. Or the further you get in this book, the bigger the nuggets become. Just watch. This book delivers. The world needs more entrepreneurs. It needs more fighters. It needs more magic. And that's what I'm here sharing with you. Magic. What time are we at? We got about 5 minutes left. Let me double check that factual statement. Yeah, we got 5 minutes left. I was 23 years old, same age as me. And to quote Ruth and Ozark, I didn't know shit about fuck, but there I was in Las Vegas penthouse hotel room along with 10 business owners learning about marketing and sales in my fashionable beast mode t-shirt, a t-shirt I had gotten for free, and one of the five shirts I owned at the time. Truthfully, I was anxious, self-conscious, and thought I was making a huge mistake. I had paid $3,000 of money I didn't have to get a seat at this table. I knew I needed to learn. Everyone there had a business, except me. I was planning to start one at the gym. TJ, the organizer, had multiple successful businesses. While going over the agenda, I remembered he had an offhand comment about making $1 million that year. $1 million? I was spellbound. I want to be like this guy. I'll do anything. The problem, I didn't know what any of them were talking about. KPIs, CPLs, conversion rates. My head was spinning. I was pretending like I knew what they were talking about, but I didn't. And I'm bad at pretending. Between sessions, TJ found me. He could tell I was in way over my head. TJ was kind, curious, and caring. After a little bit of small talk, he asked me a simple question that changed my life forever. Do you want to know the secret to sales? I had never sold anything in my life. I had never even read a book on it. I had just recently learned what the term meant. Seriously. I leaned forward, intended to downloading every syllable he spoke into my brain. I opened my notepad and stared at him with intent. I was ready for the secret. He looked at me soberly and said, most are make an offer so good that they would feel stupid saying no. I nodded, wrote it down, underlined it, circled it, and with my entire worldview of selling was transformed. My mind began racing. I didn't have to be skilled or even any good. I just had to come up with things that anyone would want to say yes to. The greatest game of my life began. What this book is about. At some point, every successful business owner was a wannapreneur, a person full of ideas and frustrated at having potential to spare. Something clicked when they realized the horrible trade they and so many people make, trading their freedom for false perceived security. Their discomfort compounds, and once the discomfort of staying the same surpasses the discomfort of changing, they take a leap. I'm going to be an entrepreneur, so I can be free to do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. So some learned about entrepreneurship through personal development. Others got into it through a franchise. Others bought courses. And some just said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And make it work. And make it work they did. Most of these open up shops with intentions of helping people in some way. Many times this assistant is in some way related to something that affected us personally. We set out to give back or providing value to others by helping them solve a problem they once plagued us. Then again, sometimes this isn't our way in either case. We cling to the dream of making more and being freer than we are now. Many of us thought natively that owning a business would be our crowning accomplishment, a final destination, when in reality it was just the beginning. That was 16 minutes.
16 minutes.